Hello, in this video, I'm going to walk you through the creation of research page for pages 2 and 3. Pages 4 and 5 are going to follow very similar type of motions. What you need is your Progress Booklet document open, the one that we've set up earlier in this course. You will also need some other documents. You will need your project brief. You will need your research font designer's text that you can download from the course files. And I will also have a document open to drop a chosen type of font information. So we're going to concentrate on the sans serif double spread. You can see that you can choose any of those 4 fonts. I'm choosing Frottinger fonts. And first thing that I will need to do a visual research. So basically go on internet and find visual examples, read a bit about this font and find the uses of this font. I've already done that. And here you can see the images that I've pulled out from internet and saved for my research. First of all, you see some use of the Frottinger font in a logo design. And basically what I did, I went around and completed downloads of images that speak to me, that use this font, some posters about the designer, and some common uses of this type of font. You can see that this font is sans serif. It doesn't have any endings on the letters. I've also pulled out some uses of this font that might help me in the poster design, analysis of the font, different way that the font could be presented. And my advice here would be to grab as many different images as possible. One key thing that you would really need is to bring and find images like this, the examples of the use of the font, for example, here on the road signs or on this Swiss passport that uses Frottinger font. Grab this from internet, save it in the folder, and you will need it for later. And you have in the document that I've already shared some reliable information about the font already. So I'm going to find a correct text and grab it, and also grab the source. That's very important. So I can close this document. I'm not interested in different fonts, and drop it into the document that I've opened in each separate. So one thing that I can do with the text before I follow through is I can simplify the text and get rid of things like those reference links, and basically go around and make this Wikipedia article, because I've got it from Wikipedia, more interesting and shorter. Okay, I simplified the text of the information. I'm much more happier with it. So I'm ready to go to my process booklet. First thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to enter into my booklet the name of my font. As I'm researching this font, it would be great straight away to use it. I've got 2 choices. I can make it regular or bold. I think I'm much happier with the bold version. I'm also going to make my font bigger straight away. There's something hiding in this box. I think there is an extra space. Here we go. I'm going to change the shape of my text box. I'm also going to drop another text box and pull in all of the information that I found about the font into that text box. Now, I might not use this text straight away everywhere. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my brief and I'm going to see what I need to actually include on the pages 2 and 3. I need to include one serif font from the list, which is my fruiting gap. I need to write about the designer. I need to write about the characteristics of the font, use the upper and lower letters, and use the font in that research page and then examples of the work that has been used. Okay, so I've got an information here about the font and the designer. I think I am going to drop this information here and see how this fits my box. You shouldn't be using anything smaller than 12 points. 12 points is the standard reading size. I think for my font, when I change it, I think I need to make my box bigger. And also at the moment, this text doesn't look very pleasing. So let's just change it a bit. I'm going to justify it so it looks a bit better. I'm going to give my text some paragraphs. What I'm going to do, I'm going to split this text so it goes over 2 pages. I'm going to add another box in this space. Connect my boxes. I need to have some examples of the lower and upper letters. I could create it from the elements in this space. I think this space would look really, really nice. I can use for that the information that I've got from the rest of my research. So lowercase, there are certain things that happen to I, A, and G. Uppercase, there's interesting things that are happening with A, Q, and M. I'm going to take that information and create a little graphic using my elements in this file. First, it would be nice to give this area a background. I'm going to give it the same color as my title. Then on top, I am going to create a text box. With lower cases, interesting things happen to I, A, and G. I'm going to change my text so it is in the correct font. I'm going to give it a white color and make it much bigger. I am also going to input the capital letters. I think I can go ahead and make both of those much bigger and position them in an interesting way. I also need to input images from my research. I chosen from the images that I've collected earlier, few that represent the use of the font. I went to the Photoshop and changed them. So now they are sort of purplishly. That would really suit my design here. I'm going to place them on that side. Now is the time for me to check if I'm missing anything. It's always good when you're creating a research to add where you've got your information from. So I'm going to include that as well. But I think what I could do here to make this much more attractive, I could add some subtitles. So I've got my title, Frutinger. I think I could go even bigger with this title. Use the same font make it smaller and use it as my subtitles. It's the time to start organizing it. This is not bad, but definitely could be more organized. If I want to see this space without all of my guidelines, I can simply press W. That will just hide everything that I don't need to see. Okay, I'm going to show you a trick now. I'm going to create a rectangle. With the shift, you can create a perfect rectangle. What you can see is the standard measurement has been used across your letters. And to create a pleasing effect, I can use that square as my distance measure. This will help me to create pleasing arrangement. I'm going to use the same trick here. And between this and the little graphic I've created. However, all of those elements are separate. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on each of them individually with the shift and then go to Object, Group. So now, when I move them, they're going to move together. I think something is not working on this page. So I'm going to play with my images a bit. I think this page is a bit boring. I could grab a subtitle and add to it. Try to play with your page until you've got an interesting result. Now, as I'm not going to use any of this text anymore, I can just simply delete it. So this is how your research page could look like. Obviously, this is only one of the ways to organize it. Try to be as creative as possible, but still keep it nice and simple in order to create a unified booklet. Thank you very much.